Oh, thank you, Hope. I appreciate you. So I actually have never even been to a power hour before. And so when Chandler was like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" I was like, actually, she was like, "Who wants to do it?" And I was like, "Oh, I wish I could." She's like, "Oh, well, you're going to." I was like, crap. But I did watch a couple and I was like, all right, I got this. So for today, we're going to do quite a bit of writing and just some self-love because I feel like that's so important in what we're doing because I feel like it's really easy to get down on ourselves and then we just don't perform at our best. So we are going to start with a journal prompt and it's just I'll play a little bit of music while we do it so it's not like weird. Um and then we'll just go you can share with me if you want to, but you don't have to. You can write it in the chat if you want to, but you don't have to. So we're going to start with what makes you unique. What about you makes you unique? We're going to dive into ourselves just a little bit.
If you could return, don't let it burn, don't let it fade. I'm sure I'm not being rude, but it's just your attitude. It's tearing me apart, it's ruining every day. I swore I would be true, and honey, so did you. So why were you holding her hand? Is that the way we stand? Were you lying all the time? Was it just a game to you? 'Cause I'm in so deep. You know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to, do you have to, do you have to let it linger? Oh, I thought the world of you. I thought nothing could go wrong, but I was wrong, yeah. I was wrong, if you could get by, trying not tonight, things wouldn't be so confusing, I wouldn't feel so.
Okay, I'm gonna give it just a few more seconds if y'all are ready. I have a second one that kind of goes with it. I'm Ashlee, by the way. I didn't even say my name, but I'm Ashlee. But the second one is what aspects of yourself do you need to show more love? So what aspects of yourself do you need to show more love?
But you always really knew. I just wanna be with you. So you know I'm such a fool. You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? 'Cause I'm in so deep. You know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger, finger, finger. Do you have to let it linger, 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 linger?
Okay, finish writing whatever you're writing. Okay, I'm going to share my responses with you guys. So the first one was what makes you unique? And I wrote, I'm always willing to help anyone that needs it, no questions asked. Serving people is my jam. Literally love it. Like, makes me so happy. I don't need anything back. It's just my favorite thing. And I feel like not everybody is that way. I feel like a lot of people are like, give and then they want something in return. And I'm like, let me just give you everything. And as long as you're happy, I'm happy. And then what aspects of yourself do you need to show more love to? I feel like I need to show myself more love in all aspects. I need to be more compassionate with myself in general. I'm really forgiving to everybody but myself. Like, I'm a hard worker and I deserve to give myself that credit. I will look at other people and I'm like, dang, they're doing so good. Like, I'll hype everybody else up and I'm like, I need to be my own hype man too. So that's mine. If you want to share yours, you can totally share it in the comments. If not, keep it to yourself. You do you. You do what's best for you. I wanted to talk a little bit about comparison because I feel like in Q Science or in network marketing in general, you look and you're like, oh my gosh, this person's doing so good. This person's doing so good. This person's getting promotions. Like, this person's selling stuff out of, like, so much stuff out of her butt. No, I'm just kidding. But she just it's just really easy, I think, to get in the comparison part of everything. And so comparison is the thief of joy. Theodore Roosevelt actually said that. And I know a lot of people have heard about it, but I often come back to this quote because I find myself comparing myself in a lot of different aspects, like in this company, when it comes to parenting, when it comes to working, when it comes to literally everything. It's so easy to compare your journey to others, and that's not fair to yourself. I like, for me in this company specifically, I see other people and they're killing it. And I'm like, heck yeah, like, you go girl, you do your thing. And I'm so hyped for them. But at the same time, I'm like, why is that not happening to me? Because I am working my butt off. Like, I'm doing all the things, I'm following the systems. Like, why isn't this happening for me? But then I take a step back and I'm like, I have 4 babies that need my attention all the time. Like, I have an 8-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 1-year-old. And my 4-year-old just turned 4. So it was 1, 2, 3, and 8 for a while, which is crazy. And so I'm like, I have to be realistic. And what time I'm giving to this job that I have isn't the same as anybody else's. It's not going to be the same. And so I just really wanted to touch base on the comparison part because I think it's so easy to get caught up in that, and it's just not fair. It's not fair to us, and it's not fair to the company, really. Like, you're doing your best and you're out there and you're hustling, and that whatever your success may be, it's not any less than anybody else's success. You're working for you and you're doing your best. With that, so I kind of wanted to do this self-love thing because I feel like it's really easy, like I said, to get down on yourself. And I think that when we're reaching out to people, people can really tell that. They can really tell if you're down on yourself, if you're doing it just to do it. They can feel your vibe, whether it be in a text or a voice message or whatever it may be. They can feel it. And so I just kind of wanted, before we do anything outside of working on ourselves, I wanted to just like dive into us and make us be like, you know what, you are a bad word and you can do this and you are going to succeed. And so I feel like if we don't have that confidence in ourselves before we reach out to people, we're not going to be as successful as we could be, because people can feel our energy. So I wanted to write 5 affirmations down, starting with I am. So 5 affirmations, I am, and then you do you. I'm gonna put another song on.
I am in my bed. I hear the clock and I think of you, caught up in circles. Confusion is nothing new. Flashback, warm nights, almost left behind. Suitcase of memories. Time after, sometimes you picture me. A walk or two far ahead, calling to me. I can't hear what you said. You say go slow, and I fall behind. Second hand unwise. If you're lost, you're looking, you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. After my picture fades and darkness is turning gray, watching through the window, you're wondering if I'm okay. Secret.
Okay, so I will share my 5. And my first one is I am unapologetically me. And that took me a long time to get there. After having babies, you kind of lose yourself a little bit. And so it's taken me a long time to get to back to me and be unapologetically me and not having guilt as being a mom and being me, because that's very difficult. I am smart. I am genuine and kind. I am dependable. I follow through. I am a hard worker. If I start something, I'll see it through to the end. Um, I also thought that our whys for why we are here is a huge motivation to us. And if it's not, it should be. So I want to write your why out so you have it in front of you. If you're sometimes, like so many people have said, sometimes your whys change throughout this process, and that's totally fine. At the beginning, it was money. Now it's money and it's helping people. And so I want to write our whys out so we have it in front of us before we dive into reaching out to other people and trying to grow our businesses. So write your why out, and then we'll come back to it and we'll kind of just go through everything else I have planned. I fall behind. This second and unwind. If you're lost, you can look. You will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time. Time after. Okay, so I'm going to share my why. So my husband is a truck driver. We own our own we own our own trucking company, and it's hard. It's been hard since day one. We get ahead and then a truck breaks down, or we get ahead and a repair needs on like one of our trailers, and it's wild. It's been a wild ride. And he is the hardest working person I know. He works and he works and he works and he misses out on things that I know he would love to be there for, and it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch him work and us still be in X amount of debt. And I'm like, you are working hard enough that we should be able to pay these things off. Like, why isn't it happening? We are budgeting our money. We're doing everything we're supposed to be doing, and it's still not it's still just not where we want to be. And so for me, I look at this and I'm like, if I can help people and I can sell these products that I genuinely love and I genuinely think are going to help people, and we can make lots of money off of it, I'm doing it. Like, I'm going to bust my butt just like you do every day for us. And I'm going to make it happen. And we're going to be good. We are eventually going to have no debt. You're not going to have to, you're going to be okay with turning down a load, and it's going to be fine. And sometimes, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I feel like sometimes I have to revert back to this why a lot, because I'm like, man, this is hard work. It's hard to reach out to people and then be like, no, 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 I don't like it. I don't want it. Seems like a scam, and they don't even give it a try. It's really hard. It's really discouraging. So I have to come back to this why a lot. And I just feel like it's something that if you write down and you look at, you can come back and look at it. It's hard proof of why you're doing it. It's hard proof of why you're going through the bad days and still trying to be successful, because I feel like that is a very, very hard thing to do. I wanted to just talk about scripts a little bit when reaching out to new people. I'm going to read this script from Casey Waller, and I have a really hard time with using other people's scripts because they're like, make it sound genuine, make it be yours, but I'm using somebody else's script. So I think it's really, really great if you're new and you're just getting started, and scripts are a great thing to look at and try and kind of make your own. So I'm going to read Casey's, and then I'm going to kind of tell you an example of something that I say to people, and then we'll go to follow-up scripts. So Casey's is, hey, so-and-so, okay, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I just partnered with this ground floor health and wellness company. They have a full line of hemp products and a full line of non-hemp nutraceuticals, which is basically just means bougie vitamins and supplements. The products are amazing, but honestly, it was the ground floor timing and compensation plan that got me. I'm so excited to be running with this. And then she talks about edifying your leader. So whoever your mentor is, and she says, my mentor so-and-so is making X amount, and they have been here for X amount of time. That is crazy opportunity. Anyways, this may or may not be for you, but if you would be open to learning more, I'd love to answer questions. And there's so many things I love about that. But for me personally, I will voice message somebody, and I'm like, hey, so-and-so, I just partnered with a groundbreaking health and wellness company, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about it. If I didn't truly believe in it, I would not be wasting your time. I feel like people's time is so important to them, and they're like, you know what? This girl is just wasting my time. Like, she's just trying to get people on her team. And I want them to know, I want to reassure them that I'm not wasting their time, and that this is something that is important to me, and their time is important to me. And so I will mention that I'm like, I'm not trying to waste your time. If it's not something I didn't believe in, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be asking you, but this is an amazing opportunity, and I really think you would benefit from it. If you want to know more, let me know. I'm going to tell you, there is a girl from my hometown, and she has a massive amount of Instagram followers. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to message her. I'm going to message her, and I'm going to be like, let's see what happens. And she responded, and I was mind blown. I was like, what the heck? And I basically just said that. And I was like, I know that her time is valuable because she has so many things she's doing, and she has so many irons in the fire. And so when she responded to me, she was like, you are so kind, and you are so generous and so genuine. And she was like, what's the product? I want to know if I've heard about it. And if I haven't, like, tell me about it. And I was mind blown. I was like, man, this girl just gave me a little bit of time of her day. And like, she has plenty of other things she could be doing. Anyway, she had already heard of it, and her friend had already sent her samples. So it was a bust, but still, it was a success in my book, because I was like, the way I'm reaching out to people is getting their attention so much that the girl that doesn't have a lot of time took time to respond back to me because she was curious and I was genuine. And I wasn't sales pitchy, and I just think that that's really important. So I just want to take, you know what, we don't really have that much time. I'm gonna go over a follow-up script, and then at the end, I just wanna work on kind of making our own scripts. So something that sounds genuine to who you are, and, I just don't I really do think scripts are incredible to follow, but I really think it's important to make them your own, because if you don't, then I feel like they do sound sales pitchy and people don't like that. So a follow-up one would be like if somebody ghosted you, or basically just ghosted you. Didn't say no, but opened it and was like, "Nah, I'm not responding." So, um, if you sent a voice message and they didn't respond, try a text, because maybe, like, I'm gonna be honest, when people send me voice messages, I'm like, I don't know if I want to answer that. Like, that's pretty intimidating, but it's also pretty intimidating to send them. So I always am like, hey, I'm not trying to bug you. If you're anything like me, I know that sometimes you answer, like sometimes you open messages it and then don't reply, or you just forget. But I just wanted to follow up on my previous message. I wrote it down. If you're not interested, it's totally fine. But if you are, I just want to make myself available to you. But like I said, no pressure, just let me know either way. So then they know that you're okay with them saying no, right? But you're also okay if you're like, oh, they just needed a little more time, but like, are you good now? Like, have you made a decision yet? So those are a couple of options, just a couple of follow-ups, and you know, some general direction of where you could go from trying to get somebody on your team or being ghosted. Being ghosted sucks, being said no to sucks, but you don't know unless you ask. So I just wanted to, let's take the last couple of minutes and just kind of work on scripts for us and what works best for us, and just be genuine, and make it you, because as like Chandler has said so many times, people are here for you, they're not here for Q. And I just really think that just be your genuine self. We'll work on that until I run out of time.
I know what it takes to fool this town. I'll do it till the sun goes down and all through the night time. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'll tell you what you wanna hear. Keep my sunglasses on while I shed a tear. Now we're the right time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm doing my own, so you are from my end. I'm doing my own, so I'm unstoppable. I'm a bunch of information. I'm invincible. I'm in every single way. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries today. I'm so confident. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Okay, we have 1 minute left until it's gonna kick me out. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming on here with me. I appreciate it. I just have a tiny bit of homework. I want you to reach out to 2 new people and follow up with two people. So do your scripts, your new scripts, your follow-up scripts, and just do a little bit of homework, and hopefully this helped. I am so grateful for you, and I hope you have such a great night. Thank you so much.